proud supporters of Curling NB. Hoop Lasso. Visit www.hooplasso.ca to learn about our mineralizer and to find a retailer near you. BrokerLink Insurance. BrokerLink has a group rate for members of Curling NB. Visit www.brokerlink.ca to get your quote today. The Brannen Icebreaker. The Jake Thomas Celebrity Curling Classic. The Government of New Brunswick. The Curling NB Hall of Fame. Visit www.facebook.com/CNBHOF for all information regarding the Curling NB Hall of Fame and this year's nominations. Egg Farmers Rocks and Rings Program. Visit www.rocksandrings.com to bring the Rocks and Rings program to your school's gymnasium or community function. Sport New Brunswick. Visit www.sportnb.com to learn more. Coaching Association of Canada. Visit www.coach.ca to learn more. And Curling Canada. Visit www.curling.ca to view all future upcoming events.
Uplazo's all-purpose mineralizer is the ideal solution for your plants. Uplazo is 100% natural and offers your vegetables, flowers, trees, herbs, and houseplants a blend of more than 57 minerals compared to the big brand fertilizers that offer 3 minerals at most. Uplazo enhances everything that grows. Get bigger, tastier, and more colorful fruits and vegetables while keeping bugs away naturally. For a garden worthy of grandma, use Uplazo all-purpose mineralizer. Le minéralisant tout usage Uplazo est la solution idéale pour tous vos végétaux. Uplazo est naturel à 100% et offre à vos légumes, fleurs, arbres, fines herbes et plantes d'intérieur un mélange de plus de 57 minéraux, alors que les fertilisants de grandes marques en offrent 3 au plus. Uplazo fait le bonheur de tout ce qui pousse. Obtenez des fruits et légumes plus goûteux, plus gros et plus colorés et éloignez les insectes de façon naturelle. Pour un jardin digne de celui de grand-maman, utilisez le minéralisant tout usage Uplazo.
Welcome to the 2025 Curling New Brunswick Brannen Mixed Curling Championship. We are down to the final 4 teams. My name is Sandy Como, and I am with
Kevin Lunny. Welcome.
Lunny.
Hello, Sandy. How's it going?
Good. How are you
Good.
doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. This is your first time.
Very first time.
commentating.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do my best Vic Router tonight. If I can. Yeah.
Well, I won't be one of the others. I'll
Linda
just-
Moore.
Linda Moore.
Yeah.
Maybe Linda Moore.
Yeah.
I like her. I like them all, actually.
Should be exciting curling tonight.
It should. We're going to be featuring Team King versus Team Odishaw on sheet 2 tonight. Como versus
Smelter?
Skelter, sorry. They are as well in the same boat, but Como is undefeated, so he is going to be playing in the semifinal final tomorrow. So we know he's going to be on show tomorrow, so we're going to play the other King Odishaw game tonight. And on the ice tonight with Brian King is Sarah Gaines, Alex Peasley, and Sierra Tracy. And along with the Odishaw rink, their opponents are Grant Odishaw, Shaylin Park, Samuel Forrestal, and Kate Patterson. The Odishaw rink is from Moncton, Curl Moncton right here, and Brian King is from the Gage and Golf Curling Club. So it's going to be an exciting game, and it looks like Brian King won the rights to have the hammer in the first end.
With some nice draws to the button.
There
we
was
go.
some great draws all week to the button.
Do you think they'll get right at it, Sandy, here as we get started?
Well, things that we've been seeing over the weekend, they seem to put the guards up front very early. With practice before a game, they have a 9-minute practice, so they tend to practice their draw weight and kind of get a feel for the ice. So sometimes they just want the Rocks to be out front right away and start the game off fast, but this one looks like it went in the house.
It looks like we might have a clean end here.
Mm-hmm.
The ice has been curling nice all week.
It has. The ice has been very consistent for the players. Outside the 12-foot going in, some of the hits have run a little straight. We're not sure if it's the thrower or if it's the actual ice. They have a tendency to hit and roll out quite often, but nearing the first few ends, after that they get an idea of the ice and what's required. Noticing pretty frequently that the first end, their weights are up quite a bit, just to make sure that they're not going to be a little fluffy on their weights.
Right.
They want to make sure they're crisp coming out of the hack on the first end. There's probably a little bit of nerves. We've got some young players that have been playing in provincial championships for quite some time as young players, but sometimes when you get down to the Final Four and it's a new format and different players, it's always nerve-wracking.
I noticed that when I walked into the club tonight. It's like it's a very young generation here tonight.
It is. It's awesome.
Yes.
That says a lot about our Canada Curling Association.
It sure does. Yeah.
And our sports, the way that we are bringing the up-and-coming junior programs into the sport itself, I guess.
Got a clean end going here so far.
Mm-hmm.
Now it looks like Grant's going to have one thrown out front here.
Grant will always try and force some rocks in play. He's very comfortable with having to throw that last draw around a guard or having to play a finesse shot with the experience he has as playing front end and calling a lot of games as well.
He's called a few in his day.
A few. Mm-hmm. I'd say he's probably the oldest player out there. And even he's celebrated a few wins in nationals championships and making it to a lot of Briars as well as senior championships.
He's played in a few mixed as well.
Yes, many. He's had a Canadian championship on his back for the mixed.
Nice guard, nice tight guard there from Sam.
Mm-hmm. And again, they're going to try and make sure it gets peeled off. They don't want to play the game yet, so they'll keep it simple the first end.
For all those folks out there and in this greater Moncton area, you should come on down and watch some curling live here tonight.
Yeah, there's some good curling that's going to happen here in the next couple of hours. You've got lots of time. There's no entrance charge. It's just come on in. If you want to buy a 50-50 ticket, you can. They are celebrating 50-50s for every game or throughout every day. So you're welcome to come down and catch some action and have a social evening out. Or watch us.
Or you could sit, you get some popcorn and sit on the couch. Nice cold drink.
Yeah.
Another nice guy there out front.
Yeah, and the other thing that happens in the first few ends of our games when we're at a provincial championship or a national championship, sometimes we just want to create some time. So we have a tendency to play fast the first couple of ends, knowing that you're just kind of keeping your body limber and getting started and getting those kinks and nervousness out of your system. And so you have a tendency to play a little quicker to create some time for the back end of the game, especially if it's a close game and you need some time in 7th, 8th end, when things are starting to happen. So you can tell that they're just moving along very quickly and efficiently. You have 30 minutes to play a game, an
30 minutes of
game,
thinking time, yes.
30 minutes of thinking time with only one timeout now, right?
Yep.
So they have to be very efficient in what they choose to call and make sure that they're ready for the throw.
So like you said, it's good to bank some time early on so you can save it for later on in the game. Another nice guard out front. And another peel coming.
So the only team out here that's guaranteed a shot in the final is the Como Rink, going undefeated to this moment. And but they really want to make sure that they win this game because they don't want to play 2 games tomorrow or wait for the final. So it's one of those things where you're comfortable, but you want to make sure you stay on top of your toes.
You don't want to have to use that second chance.
That's right.
Yeah. Another guard coming out front.
It's interesting when you play this way because one team gets their draw weight and the other team gets their conquered with hits. So it's kind of a, it's the other thing that you notice is, whether you're using one side of the sheet or the other side of the sheet and just kind of keeping things the same, or you're working the sheet a little bit to see some of the lines while you're trying to learn the ice and make the shot.
A nice clean end like this is good for that.
Yeah, you can see that they're going different sides, different turns, draws and hits.
Another peel coming.
Just making it. And they can't sweep it, but they're hoping that it hits that line, and it does.
So Grant gets a couple free draws here.
Yes, and I understand that you were at the seniors with a team with Grant in it as well.
Yeah, we played against Grant. Yes, yes, yeah.
That's always fun. The seniors are fun.
It was very, very fun. Yes, it was a good time. It was up in Miramichi, and we had a blast.
Awesome.
Some good competition.
We've got some good representation going to the nationals.
We do. Yes, very strong. This is nice in the first end, just to be able to throw a draw into the house. Just going to the wings.
This is the choice of going to the wings, the danger. If it does not get to the house, then King can actually get around
Throw in
it
a corner
potentially.
guard, yes.
So Grant had the enough weight to get it there, so it's just another open hit for Brian King.
But it's a different path.
Different path. And sometimes you wonder if someone's going to take the in-turn or the out-turn on that because of the strengths of the player. Oftentimes when it's an open hit like this, they're running into the in-turn on the left hand of the sheet and an out-turn on the right hand of the sheet.
Yes.
Very seldom are you playing them out in unless you have to at this point of the game for some reason.
Yes.
They tend to run a little straighter on the in-turn when they're out to the wings like this. It's like
rolled just out.
The danger of what Grant is trying to do is the fact that if he does end up turning it a little tiny bit or it curling more than his expectation on the ice that he decides to give himself, he could tap that in and then it's a draw for 2. Yeah. So it's a good call. It's a competitive call, someone that has a lot of experience, but other players might just put it on the other side of the house and hope for a hit and roll or a hit and stay.
Hit and stick.
Yeah, instead of trying to steal one. Because this is showing us that Grant Odishaw wants to steal one. In the
yes, if you can get partially buried behind that blue stone, it'll make it a little tough.
Yeah. And he just threw down this path, so it's an option for him to
the line
just
looks
throw
pretty
a little
good.
More weight with knowing the line and getting it buried behind this guard.
It's a nice shot.
Wait. his shot is pretty much wide open.
Brian can see almost
it
all
should
of it.
be
Yeah.
a pretty standard peel, but it is an out turn out to the wings. Sometimes you have a tendency when it's your first out turn out to the wings that you either throw it a little wide or you might push it a little in because you want to make sure.
You might see a little more curl this way as well.
You might see a little more curl. Pretty simple end for the first end.
Here it comes.
Very big weight.
They like it.
A push towards the rock to make sure that there's no
And it's a blank
chance.
end.
Yeah, there's no chance of him hitting that front blue one. He pushed it right towards the rock and easily got rid of the rock.
Nice clean start to the game.
Yeah.
Le minéralisant tout usage Uplaso est la solution idéale pour tous vos végétaux. Uplaso est naturel à 100% et offre à vos légumes, fleurs, arbres, fines herbes et plantes d'intérieur un mélange de plus de 57 minéraux, alors que les fertilisants de grandes marques en offrent 3 au plus. Uplaso fait le bonheur de tout ce qui pousse. Obtenez des fruits et légumes plus goûteux, plus gros et plus colorés et éloignez les insectes de façon naturelle. Pour un jardin digne de celui de grand-maman, utilisez le minéralisant tout usage Uplaso. Uplaso's all-purpose mineralizer is the ideal solution for your plants. Uplaso is 100% natural and offers your vegetables, flowers, trees, herbs, and houseplants a blend of more than 57 minerals compared to the big brand fertilizers that offer 3 minerals at most. Uplaso enhances everything that grows. Get bigger, tastier, and more colorful fruits and vegetables while keeping bugs away naturally. For a garden worthy of Grandma, use Uplaso all-purpose mineralizer.
Okay, we're back.
Excellent. We're into the second shot of the third shot actually of the second end. And there's 2 rocks in the house, so they're wide open, no guards.
Grant's looking for the nose hit here. Looks pretty good.
Sam's sweeping it quite hard to keep it. She did.
Very nice. Over in our other game, we had a blank in the first end between Como and Smeltzer.
Yeah, everybody's just trying to
ease into the game.
Yeah, ease into the game. There's 7 ends left. They creep up fast though.
They sure do. Looking for a little hit and roll here.
Looks like they're trying to get a hit and a roll over, but
It's rolling out.
It's not going to happen, and they end up getting the one, but rolling out themselves.
Grant's
Sierra Tracy, wasn't it? Yeah.
he's calling for one to the tee line on the wings.
Grant has one in the house now. He's going to try and keep 2 and try and force them to score a point.
This one looks pretty good.
They're just going to make
just
it.
a biter.
Full
Nice
12.
sweeping.
Yeah, very good sweeping on the front end.
That's one thing with today's game, Sandy, is there's a lot of good sweepers out here.
Yes.
Yes.
They understand the directional sweeping. They're young. They have lots
They're
of
athletes.
energy.
Yes.
Yes, our sport has become very athletic.
It has.
If you want to call it,
Yeah.
yeah. The days of like not having to go to the gym or not having to work out or stay fit have passed.
So true. Nice little hit and roll in front of the yellow.
That's a great little roll to put it into the 4-foot.
Looks like Grant's
like
looking for
Grant's
the hit
gonna
and roll. Grant's looking for the hit and roll.
Yeah. He's asking, I think he's getting trying to get a little less weight from Sam to make sure that the rock does stay around. You don't want to help your opponent by rolling out. You want to make sure that your rocks stay in place. Good
It's a
job
nice
there.
shot there. Brian's looking for the double.
Right. If Alex can set up the double and eliminate, then we're looking at a potential breakdown. Especially at second stones, if there is nothing out front and there's only rocks in the house, the chances of scoring a deuce is marginal.
Jammed it at the back.
Not a bad situation. Their rock as having hammer is in the front of the tee line and Grant's is in the back of the tee line, so it's not a bad situation for the king team and having hammer.
Yes, Team Odishaw needs to be careful with this one.
Definitely doesn't want to jam on the back rock for sure.
Shaylin's looking for a little hit and roll here.
Looks like it's a nice controlled weight that they can sweep it, make decisions on the which way they go, and looks like a great shot.
Very nice throw.
We'd give her a 4 on that, I think.
Yes, we would.
Yes, we would. We started with 15 teams this weekend, and we're down to the final 4. We're at Curl Moncton, and it's the Brannen 2025 Curling Mixed Provincial Championship.
It's crunch time, as they say.
It's crunch time. It's time to bear down and get to that final day tomorrow.
Grant's looking for the nose hit here.
He wants to keep them separate to make sure that he forces the king team to score here. He doesn't want to roll out, forcing a blank possibility.
Looks pretty good.
It does. They're just keeping it in line, making sure they're ready to sweep if they need it. Another successful potential 4. I never did do stats. I wasn't very good at
We'd
stats.
be very generous scorers, we would be.
Or not.
Or not, yes. Brannigan is looking for a little hit and roll here. In front of the
I'd
yellow.
like to try and get a little roll.
Roll to
but
the
it
center.
looks like it's curling. No,
Little roll.
we're not right
Nice
behind the
shot.
sheet, so it's hard to tell if it is a nose hit or not. But nice controlled weight from everyone so far on this end. As you can tell by the first end to the second end, the weight's just starting to get a little bit more controlled and the teams are getting comfortable with being out there and
Been a very clean game to this point.
playing to the best of their ability. Yes.
Here's Grant with his first. Looks close.
It does. It looks like they're just
Sweetman hard.
it looks like he's
Oh.
put some
Went
Down
overcurled
weight
on
on
him.
that. Well, it doesn't look like it was quite enough weight for what he wanted to do, and unfortunately, because of less weight, it overcurled, and therefore it just tapped the king rock over, and there's an opportunity here for the king team to sit
Sit
two.
two, yes.
That would have been Grant's first hit of the game. He threw 2 draws in the first end, so again, sometimes you just have to keep your weights up when it's your first hit because you think that you're throwing lots of weight, but you end up not throwing enough weight, and it would have been better for him to hit and roll out rather than miss it altogether. A little more weight helps you do that, right? But
Now Brannen will be looking to hit this on the nose.
absolutely. Looks like a controlled weight, and they're just kind of keeping it clean. The earlier games today, we had a little bit of a mishap on a rock, and some debris got underneath it, and we lost a stone that was looking pretty good on the Sullivan rink. It's hard. You need to keep your brooms down, but it's not always possible to have that unfortunate situation not happen. So they were just cleaning that rock, and it looked like a great shot for the king team to sit two.
Sometimes when I throw them, I blame it on that, even though it didn't really happen.
Yeah, must have picked.
Exactly.
Had to have picked. Absolutely. Scott Jones is master of that.
Is that right? Yes.
Sorry, Scott's watching.
Now, Grant's looking for, is he looking for the hit and roll here, Sandy, or is he trying to make the double, do you think?
Well,
He's throwing up weight.
by the weight,
Yeah.
I'm going to say he's throwing the double. He's throwing an out turn, which will help, but it's a more difficult shot.
It's going to roll right on top. It just rolls a little too far.
A little too far.
Brian will have a nose hit for deuce.
And as I said earlier in the end, I thought we might have a skipper's deuce here or a blank. Or maybe it was just in my head. But when it's a clean end, it's tough, to know whether or not you're going to end up getting a 2, and sometimes it's just an unfortunate miss by the skip of one of the 2 teams. So, unfortunate for Grant, he missed his first one, which allows the king team to capitalize.
Sliding out now. Looks like some nice controlled weight.
Mm-hmm. They just look like they're keeping it clean.
It's curling, but it looks like he'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Very
that's a
nice
score
shot.
2.
4-2.
So it's 2-0 after 2 for Team King over Team Odishaw.
Uplazo's all-purpose mineralizer is the ideal solution for your plants. Uplazo is 100% natural and offers your vegetables, flowers, trees, herbs, and houseplants a blend of more than 57 minerals, compared to the big brand fertilizers that offer 3 minerals at most. Uplazo enhances everything that grows. Get bigger, tastier, and more colorful fruits and vegetables while keeping bugs away naturally. For a garden worthy of grandma, use Uplazo all-purpose mineralizer. Le minéralisant tout usage Uplazo est la solution idéale pour tous vos végétaux. Uplazo est naturel à 100% et offre à vos légumes, fleurs, arbres, fines herbes et plantes d'intérieur un mélange de plus de 57 minéraux, alors que les fertilisants de grandes marques en offrent 3 au plus. Uplazo fait le bonheur de tout ce qui pousse. Obtenez des fruits et légumes plus goûteux, plus gros et plus colorés et éloignez les insectes de façon naturelle. Pour un jardin digne de celui de grand-maman, utilisez le minéralisant tout usage Uplaso.
Welcome back, folks. We're into the third end here. 2 stones have been thrown so far, both in the house.
Again, it's a game without rocks out front, so that 4-rock rule, 5-rock rule doesn't come into play.
Or the tick shot, or the yeah.
None of that comes into play when you're playing in the house.
The no tick rule.
It's a hit or a miss kind of end, and we might see it again. Now Grant is asking for a corner guard.
Yes, it's been a game that's been up and down the sheet so far.
And on in sheet 4, Como versus Smelter. I keep saying it. Did he make his draw for 1? The score didn't come up on the board yet, but it was a draw against 3 for 1.
Yes, Meltzer made a nice double there in the with his last rock.
Absolutely, to sit 3.
Force the 1. Yeah. Grant through the corner, and now Team King is looking for a center guard out front.
Absolutely, he's got 2 in the house, and it's time for a center guard, and game on.
Game on. We see lots of stones in play here.
Third end, it's only 8 end games, it's not 10 end games, so you really want to get some points on the board before the 4th end break. Time flies, it's a fast game when it comes down to it. You know, you want to start being aggressive, and if you're king and you're up 2 and you've got 2 in the house, it's a good time to put a tight guard up.
Looks like he threw a nice one there. Grant's looking for the to peel off that one in front and roll to the corner. Comes Sam's throw. Very nice. He spilled the blue one in behind cover.
It's interesting that he picked the corner on the left because you want to make sure that you have options to draw around or an open draw. So to pick the 2 guards on the left-hand side, he's still got the whole right-hand side of the sheet to draw to in his last one. And he was hoping for the double, I think, and roll, but he moved them away from the 4-foot and the center area. Looks like King just gave him a gift.
Yes, he was looking for the peel off the front yellows. Went through and hit his own out. Now Grant will be looking to draw behind the corners.
Yeah, in a case like that, when your rock is behind the corner guards, even if you had like almost nosed and came over and put a center guard on or something, but it's so hard because you're throwing an out turn towards the wing, and sometimes when you're throwing big weight like that, you just miss your peel.
Just by a little,
yeah. So Grant's going to try and capitalize and get one in behind.
Looks very nice. The line is nice.
What his goal was, putting the corner guards up. Sam might be a little heavy.
Stops in the back 12-foot.
Brian, being a skip, got to sweep that. He swept it to be number 2.
Now there's a decision to be made. Do they draw around and freeze down to it? Looks like that's the call.
Drawing around and freezing down to it, you're behind the tee line. Brand has another option to put another corner rock in behind the guard in front of the tee line. Being up two, I don't know if it's the right decision. You might want to peel the guard, but then he could also hit yours and be sitting two. So there's interesting concept.
Weight's a
For
little up
sure.
here. Looks like it's a little heavy.
Unfortunate that they just put it through the house on the draw.
Now Gran will look to go around the corner again a little higher, top 8.
Sarah will be a little disappointed with herself for not trying to, you know, get it in front of at the tee line or in front of the Yellowstone, for sure. But yeah, Shay's going to try and put one around that corner guard again.
Heads down on this one.
Grant kind of showing that the line
Looks
is
a little tight.
But if they can keep it, it's whether or not they have enough weight to get it into the house. Looks like they might have just made
Got a
it to
piece.
bite, but I'm not sure. We're going to find out.
Those are ones where you thank your sweepers.
Yes. Because if they ticked that guard, they definitely could have seen the
They
yellow
might have
rock
opened
that
up.
is
Yeah.
covered, yeah.
Same call here. Try to freeze to the back yellow.
hmm And already throwing it, you know, Sarah will try and take some weight off, hopefully not too much. But it looks like it's got really good line. They're sweeping it for either weight or line combination. But it looks like a really good shot.
Right to the
getting
tee
in there
line.
for
Very
shot
nice.
rock. I think they might be able to see it.
We got some stones in play this end, Sandy.
Yes, they finally have some stones in play. They can pretty much see all of that rock, but depending on how they hit it, they may hit the rock onto their yellow one. So they have to be very careful not to jam their opponent's rock onto their own rock in the back.
Just a soft weight hit here.
Yeah, they can roll way over to the edge of the 4-foot on the right side. They have lots of room to roll. They have almost the whole house to roll across and sit, potentially sit. They might not sit shot rock if they do, but they have enough room to get across the face of it.
Looks like they're going to get
and
the nose.
get it all the way out the back.
Very nice shot.
Very nice shot. And I didn't know if they could get enough to get it all the way out, and they did. Very nice shot by Shay.
Looks like Brian maybe lining up a double here potentially.
It definitely is there, for sure.
This is where paying attention in school comes in handy with the angles.
Aha. Yes. Or play a lot of pool.
We have to play a lot of pool, yes, yes.
Strategy. Or sink a lot of putts, right? You can see the line. You have to be able to see the line to make the shot.
It'll soon be putting season, Sandy.
Yes. I was hitting balls today at Country Meadows.
Here comes Brian's first.
Not as much weight as
nice controlled
when he
weight.
was trying to peel out a rock to blank an end, but definitely a firm weight.
Does look close.
He may end up rolling out.
He does just a little too far.
Oh, it rolled in, but I don't think it rolled into the rolled in towards the rings, but I don't think it went in the rings.
One of those spinners.
And on the other sheet, just got a three blue rocks came out of the house, and they're sitting one. Justine Como. Little smile on that face for that shot. Wow.
It's great curling here tonight. Now Grant's looking to hit the back one and sit there and lie 2, potentially 3. Nice controlled weight again.
Yeah, we're not sure if that front rock is on, but I'm sure it might be tight enough that they might measure it, or it might be in that we're not aware. So it is for 2 for sure, to sit 2 for sure, as long as he stays in, and he does.
Nice hit.
So they each have 1 rock.
1 rock left. Team King
Brian
is trying
has
to
make
decide.
sure that he doesn't give away his deuce back that he got in 2, but he doesn't want to give up more than that as well.
Looks like he may be playing the hit and maybe trying to roll just a little bit over to the left.
If he can get anywhere close to that other yellow stone on the left-hand side of the sheet, it might be more difficult for Grant to, to make his shot for 2 or 3 potentially.
Here comes Brian's last.
And he's
throwing a
throwing
lot of weight.
He's throwing a heater, trying to make the both rocks go away, and hopefully he doesn't go through the hole.
And he
just about made it.
did not. It's hard to tell from this vantage point. It looks like it's still in.
Yeah.
So it
I
may
would
be a
say-
draw for 3 or 2 or 1.
I have a feeling the one that was just pushed over, a little nudge, is still in the house. The one in the top of the house, we're not sure, and it's a draw for a point plus.
I believe the one at the top is in the house as well, but it is hard to tell from this vantage point. Here comes Grant's last one. Anywhere in the paint.
They just want to make sure they keep it clean. They don't hold up on it at all. They just make sure that it gets to the house, and they'd like to show him that he can throw the draw to the button, but it's not necessary. It just has to get to the house.
Looks like the sweepers have it under control, and he's in there.
Le minéralisant tout usage Uplaso est la solution idéale pour tous vos végétaux. Uplaso est naturel à 100% et offre à vos légumes, fleurs, arbres, fines herbes et plantes d'intérieur un mélange de plus de 57 minéraux, alors que les fertilisants de grandes marques en offrent 3 au plus. Uplaso fait le bonheur de tout ce qui pousse. Obtenez des fruits et légumes plus goûteux, plus gros et plus colorés et éloignez les insectes de façon naturelle. Pour un jardin digne de celui de grand-maman, utilisez le minéralisant tout usage Uplaso. Uplaso's all-purpose mineralizer is the ideal solution for your plants. Uplaso is 100% natural and offers your vegetables, flowers, trees, herbs, and houseplants a blend of more than 57 minerals compared to the big brand fertilizers that offer 3 minerals at most. Uplaso enhances everything that grows. Get bigger, tastier, and more colorful fruits and vegetables while keeping bugs away naturally. For a garden worthy of Grandma, use Uplaso all-purpose mineralizer.
Okay, welcome back. It was a 3, so it's 3-2 for Odishaw after 3 ends.
Yes, there was no question on that. Good thing for Sam and Kate and their front end sweeping. They ended up getting Shaylin's rock just biting in the top of the 12-foot for that 3. And an unfortunate missed double by King to not get that back one out on the back corner.
With his first stone in this end, Grant threw one to the top of the house. And Team King decided to hit, so it looks like it'll be another clean end here.
Interesting concept for the 4th end before you go into the break. Sometimes I like to have the even ends as having hammer, but sometimes you just need to have a clean end after maybe a miss or, you know, something that you thought you were setting yourself up for a good end. But Grand Odishaw's team did an exceptional job in getting that 3-ender, putting the rocks in the interesting spots and getting those corner guards utilized.
And now that the play is away from the center, Brian is indicated that he's thrown a corner guard here.
Exactly. Sometimes if it's close to the 4-foot or in the 4-foot area, you're hesitant on starting your corner guards because then you're always going to have to chase.
Right.
Whereas now that it's over in the edge of the 8-foot, you'll put your corner guards so that they can make the decision of what to do next.
It's a nice throw there.
So Grant's going to split the house up. By splitting the house up, he's going to challenge Brian to take a point in this end and take control of the end in the 5th after the break. That's the goal anyway, it seems. Or try and steal.
In our other game, we had another blank in the 3rd end, so after 3 ends, it is currently 1-0 for Team Como.
It's amazing how you end up with a blank when you had 3
After
rocks
having so many rocks in play,
so
yes.
many rocks in play, and Justine Como hits a triple to get them all out of the house. It's quite amazing. It was a great shot. Good playing by all.
A little tight there on that one. It ticked the guard and rolled to the center line. Now Brian's asking Alex to draw around the corner.
So where the rock is not in the 4-foot, it's above. It can be like drawn around and can be out counted through a draw. He will attempt to try and bring his rock in around this corner guard. Looks like it might be a little hot,
heavy,
which is unfortunate. But if it stays in play, it's still got some options.
See Grant's sweeping capabilities there. Skipper sweepers.
Oh yeah, he's still got it.
Now Grant's going to look to get rid of the corner guard and keep it open and try to force one here in the 4th.
Sam wasn't sure what he wanted because he wants a peel, but he's asking for an out turn, so maybe he's just asking for it to get a hit and a roll. But by what he's throwing, he's definitely throwing a peel shot weight.
Roll in, sit 3.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Now Brian's looking to make a double here and sit on the nose.
Yeah, if he stays out front, it's a question whether or not Grant will go after it. But he would like to get rid of a couple of these shots that are going to be in his way to try and score. Just missed the double.
Just a little too much curl.
Not often you see a hair broom. It's used as a throwing broom for Alex, but it's not often you see a hair broom out there anymore.
No. It looks like Grant is asking for a center guard here.
You don't really want to play with that blue stone out front. You might jam it onto your own. You have an opportunity to score or steal, I shouldn't say score, but steal if you put up a guard. It makes it more difficult for your opposing team to try and score, but you also have the opportunity for them to only score one this way as well.
Yes.
That's providing everybody makes their shots, right? But it looks like it overcurled a little bit. They might have an opportunity to tap that blue one onto the yellow.
Yeah. Just a little off nose.
Yeah, they can just do that with bumper weight.
Keep both.
Looks like that's what Brian called for.
Keep both blues around.
Bumper or control weight. You want to make sure you don't lose either of your rocks at this stage of the game and the end, because you want to make sure your rocks are in play and in the front.
You're sweeping this one hard.
That's a good
Very
shot.
nice.
Very nice shot. Got rid of the rock. Unfortunately, their rock is showing full for the Odishaw rink. And Grant's asking Shay to hit and roll in behind the guards.
Gotta be careful with the angle of this hit. You don't want to jam that blue back onto the yellow.
Absolutely. We got Sam sweeping it. I'm not sure.
Maybe rolling out.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm not sure why he was sweeping it. It was directional to make it curl because she ended up rolling out. The weight was quite a bit more, and it's harder to control when you want a roll in behind guards. It's harder to control a heavier throw. If you had more of a controlled weight or down weight, you could control it by your sweepers. You've got strong sweepers in your front end. You can get them to directional sweep it so that it will curl and get in behind those guards. When you throw more weight, it's hard to get it to curl more because of the weight. It doesn't have as much time to travel to cause it to curl.
Now Team King's looking for a hit and roll behind cover here.
And
They're also trying to make it curl. They will stick around. No, it is rolled out. So it gives Team Odishaw an opportunity to draw one in top four behind the two center guards.
I'm surprised I didn't see you playing in the mix this year.
Yes, there's been too much curling and hockey being played, so this weekend was a nice weekend to have off.
Oh, nice.
Yes. I too was out hitting a couple balls today on the simulator, which was nice.
Fun.
Getting my game in top shape for the summer, although it will never be in top shape.
Grant's going to try and draw around, and his goal will be to not go behind the tee line for Brian to be able to freeze down to it. He'll want to stay above the tee line and buried.
The line looks pretty good here. Very nice top button shot.
Called and made. Very nice.
Looks like they're going to attempt a little tap back here. Delicate shot.
That's you.
This is a key shot here in the fourth end.
Yeah, and he's playing the out turn, which is interesting. We haven't seen as much curl in the out turn as the in turn, but
Looks like you can see a small fraction of that yellow one.
Grant's curled quite a bit, and almost got behind both of those guards very like hidden very well.
Just like a backline type weight.
They're not rushing to sweep it, so they have to get by that front guard.
Looks like it's going to wreck on the front. Grant's looking to throw the same shot again. Try to get a second stone in there.
It doesn't quite. It doesn't look like Brian threw quite enough weight. He ticked on the front, and it didn't even spill over to the edge of the 8 foot. So, that does show the reasoning why it might have curled so much and ticked on his front rock, because he didn't have enough weight to get around it. Grant's going to try and bury another one. Put some pressure on Team King.
And he just threw it. Sweepers are off to this point.
They're just waiting for it to get that momentum of swing before they start sweeping it in to the rings.
Looks pretty nice there now if they can get it all the way to the 4 foot. Nice draw.
Very nice draw. 2 good draws by skipper Grant Odishaw.
And it's in a position where the run back blue is tough to get to the nose of that yellow.
I think he's only got the chance, the chance for elimination of one or making a spectacular shot for one. Pretty much has to be perfect to try and get it to nose that yellow one. But he's definitely got to get one of them.
Tough shot, but it looks like it might be there.
We're on the last rock being thrown on sheet 4, Como versus Smelters. Sitting 1 now, drawing for 2.
Brian's getting set
Smeltzer
in the hack here.
is down 1, and if he happens to be making his draw, he'll be getting 2 and being up 1 after 4. And Brian is on the last one. He's got to make an angle raise.
Looks very
They're
close.
on and off.
Oh.
And
what
it was so
shot.
close. So close.
Looks like it's one yellow.
Looks like it was a steal of 1.
So
steal
close.
of 1 for Odishaw, making it 4-2 into the 4th end break.
Proud supporters of Curling NB. Hoop Lasso. Visit www.hooplasso.ca to learn about our mineralizer and to find a retailer near you. BrokerLink Insurance. BrokerLink has a group rate for members of Curling NB. Visit www.brokerlink.ca to get your quote today. The Brannen Icebreaker. The Jake Thomas Celebrity Curling Classic. The Government of New Brunswick. The Curling NB Hall of Fame. Visit www.facebook.com/CNBHOF for all information regarding the Curling NB Hall of Fame and this year's nominations. Egg Farmers Rocks and Rings Program. Visit www.rocksandrings.com to bring the Rocks and Rings program to your school's gymnasium or community function. Sport New Brunswick. Visit www.sportnb.com to learn more. Coaching Association of Canada. Visit www.coach.ca to learn more. And Curling Canada. Visit www.curling.ca to view all future upcoming events.
Uplazo's all-purpose mineralizer is the ideal solution for your plants. Uplazo is 100% natural and offers your vegetables, flowers, trees, herbs, and houseplants a blend of more than 57 minerals, compared to the big brand fertilizers that offer 3 minerals at most. Uplazo enhances everything that grows. Get bigger, tastier, and more colorful fruits and vegetables while keeping bugs away naturally. For a garden worthy of Grandma, use Uplazo all-purpose mineralizer. Uplazo's all-purpose mineralizer is the ideal solution for your plants. Uplazo is 100% natural and offers your vegetables, flowers, trees, herbs, and houseplants a blend of more than 57 minerals, compared to the big brand fertilizers that offer 3 minerals at most. Uplazo enhances everything that grows. Get bigger, tastier, and more colorful fruits and vegetables while keeping bugs away naturally. For a garden worthy of Grandma, use Uplazo all-purpose mineralizer.
All right, welcome back. After the fourth end break, they came out and they brushed it and they pebbled the slide path. So it's usually a little quicker here when you throw your first couple stones in the fifth end.
Yeah, it just gives you a little bit extra length in your draws, and your hits are a little quicker, but it quickly goes back to normal once they get a few rocks and a few people walking around. But it does help the ice kind of stay a little fresh, and it takes any of the debris that's out there away.
And of course, we said it would be quicker. I think Grant was going top 4, and they threw it short of the house.
sometimes when you think about that, right?
Yes, that's right. Yes, you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Sierra's thrown a corner guard here.
Mm-hmm. They're looking for an end with rocks in play by the way that things are starting out.
In our other game, Smelter scored 2 in the fourth to go up 2-1 through 4.
Yes, it was an open draw for the second point in the fourth end. So both teams are, or both sheets are playing their fifth end in the, I guess we'll say quarterfinals. The last 4 teams in the New Brunswick Brannen Mixed Curling Championship. Finals being tomorrow, semifinal final tomorrow, 9:30 and 2:30 if need be. Exciting that the last 4 teams are out there fighting for the title and playing some really good curling out there. So come on down and watch tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. Find us online as well. We'll be streaming the not only these games, the quarterfinals, but the semifinal and final game tomorrow.
We have a good setup here, so we're looking to go around the corner guard with the second blue stone at the end. Brian's come out to help sweep.
And they got that in the house, and it might have a little bit of an opening.
Partially open.
Partially open. Grant's going to try and hit and roll in behind his corner guard. Or center guard.
Sam's first stone at the end. Looks like it's looks good.
The weight looks really good to get it over there and behind the guard, but it didn't quite make it, but I think it has got a quarter of it buried maybe.
Yep.
Ryan's looking at it to determine how he can get the hit and roll in behind his corner guard.
There's some good shot making here tonight, Sandy.
There is. I mean, there's not been as many rocks in play as we saw this afternoon. This afternoon we had, maybe 2 or 4 rocks in the back of the house, like in the back corners, and all the other rocks were in play. There was a lot of great shot making, but a lot of rocks in play, and these games are a little bit tighter. You're getting down to the quarterfinals. You don't want as many rocks in play. You don't want those big ends. We've seen a 3-ender out here tonight, which was a fantastic outcome for the Odishaw rink. He did actually plan it to really work his corner guards, so very fortunate that way. But there's lots of curling left, and there's lots of shots to be made.
It's a nice shot there by Alex as he hits it and rolls partially behind the
He did. He rolled
guard.
partially behind his own guard. Unfortunately, the 2 rocks of the opposing team, Odishaw, is still in play, but they are out into the 8-foot, 12-foot area.
Yeah, Sam's looking for another hit and roll behind the center guard.
It being wide open, there is an option that if Brian does choose to hit and roll, he'll be buried, but he potentially could get the rock in the back, but it's a long double with a roll. So he'll just be trying to eliminate that rock and throwing a rock to get his rock in behind the corner guard, or just off center guard, I guess.
Yes.
I call those corner guards almost now. If it's not touching the line, it's a corner guard almost these days.
Looking for a little
like a
roll
nice
here.
weight.
Looks nice.
Very
Nice
nice shot.
See about a quarter of it.
Very nice shot made by Alex. As we
And then-
mentioned earlier, um, the King team is from the Gage Golf and Curling Club, and the Odishaw rink is right here in their back door, Moncton Curl Moncton. And we have Como and Smeltzer on sheet 4, still playing their fifth end, trying to capture a win on this great evening at Curl Moncton.
They're sweeping this one hard, trying to get it by the center, but it wicks the center.
Just tick the center guard.
Opens up an opportunity here for Team King.
And I was kind of in the middle of watching the shot. Smeltzer and Como are both from CWC. That's where I was going with that conversation. So with the comments, I was just trying to repeat that the clubs out here are represented by CWC, Curl Moncton, and Gage.
Sarah's looking to draw behind the corner guard. It's a little tight to the guard. Ooh, just by. Very nice.
Great judging
Nice
by the
shot.
sweepers, and line call by Brian. Those shots like that are a team effort. The person who's throwing it has to make sure they throw the right weight, but you have to keep an eye on the line, and you have to be able to be ready to sweep or directional sweep when needed. And that was a team effort right there.
Another thing that the players are so good at today is judging the weight of those throws.
Absolutely.
Now Grant's looking for a hit and roll over towards that blue one that was just thrown.
I don't know if there's a double there. The way that they're angled, they're pretty flat, but there is some room to get a roll, a thick roll over and sit in front of it possibly. That's a great shot by Shay.
It's hard to tell from this
They're
angle.
looking to see who's shot.
Brian's
That was
just
a
looking
great
for
hit
a
and roll.
nose hit, maybe a little inside roll. Make sure they're shot stone.
Yeah, and by judging when somebody is calling this, chances are it is for the King team to sit 1 and 2, but you'll only know once the end is pretty much over if the rocks are still there. Who's who?
Yeah. We need the overhead camera view.
Yeah, it's hard to judge. Sometimes you can get a feel for what they say out there, or their body language, or their hand signals,
Yeah,
or
just by the reaction. Yes.
reactions. Yeah. But there wasn't a whole lot of reaction there.
Now Grant's looking for the same little inside roll to make sure that they're shot stone here.
Yep, that was a good shot by Sarah to potentially sit 1 and 2, or cause the Odishaw rink to go after one of their rocks, the blue stone.
Here's Grant's first one.
He's throwing a fair bit of weight, wondering if he's trying to get a roll in, like way over, to put some.
Just off nose.
Just
Looks like it is there for. They're taking a look to see if it's shot. Would you do the draw here, Sandy? Draw around the stones?
Yeah, I think if blue is sitting 1, you want to be careful not to cause a shot for Grant to be able to take the blue that is shot rock out. You could separate the house. You could throw a hit and roll. You could come around the yellow on the right-hand side, but you definitely want to draw because chances are you're going to be drawing in your last
Yes.
rock.
Yeah.
And you need to score in this end for sure. So if it is blue, that's shot rock, which I'm assuming it is. The potential to get a 2 is great. An option to get a 3 if you get a rock in around the corner of that rock in the top of the 8-foot could potentially generate a 3-ender if Grant happens to falter. But you have to take that chance to capture some points.
Does look like he's trying to draw behind the yellow stone on the right-hand side.
Absolutely. Which way would you go?
The throw is on the way. I think this is the right call here to go behind the stone on the right-hand side.
There's only one guard on this side where there'd be 2 guards on the other side, but you also are staying away from your shot rock, right? So I think it's a good option.
Looks pretty good. Just partially covered.
It's a good draw. Grant has to do something with it, so he's going
Looks like
to
he's playing the run back.
use his rock, yeah, to
Just an off-nose hit here.
yeah. He wants to make sure he gets the blue rock out, not to give up more than 2. This is the easiest option for him to not give up 2.
Just
Trying to get around that yellow stone to hit and roll, it's the same result. So this is an easier shot to get the blue stone out of the house.
just a hair high of nose.
And you can use your sweepers for either shot, but this one seems to be easier to use your sweepers on rather than a defined smaller portion.
Precise.
Precise, correct.
Here comes the throw from Grant. Must be close. They're on and off. Very nice. Oh, it jammed the back. I think that's
Yeah.
okay.
Very nice shot by Grant.
So it looks like Brian will have a draw for either 1 or 2, depending on which of those 2 stones is outcounting each other.
Yeah. I want to say it's for 2, but I could be wrong.
Do you want to put a wager on it, Sandy?
No.
No, no wagering tonight.
It's too far away.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I kind of get the sense that it may only be 1, but that's just a feeling I have. Here comes his throw on the way. Sweepers are just slightly brushing. I think they like it. Their heads down now, trying to get it into full 8-foot.
Looks like they might have it.
Looks like it's a nice shot.
They stayed
Very
focused on that
nice.
one.
So it's clearly not as close as it looks from this angle, because they just kicked the stones away.
We'll see what they put up on the board.
And it
Looks
is
like
2.
2.
I guess you were right.
Never underestimate me. So we're going into the 6th with a tie.
Le minéralisant tout usage Uplaso est la solution idéale pour tous vos végétaux. Uplaso est naturel à 100% et offre à vos légumes, fleurs, arbres, fines herbes et plantes d'intérieur un mélange de plus de 57 minéraux, alors que les fertilisants de grandes marques en offrent 3 au plus. Uplaso fait le bonheur de tout ce qui pousse. Obtenez des fruits et légumes plus goûteux, plus gros et plus colorés et éloignez les insectes de façon naturelle. Pour un jardin digne de celui de grand-maman, utilisez le minéralisant tout usage Uplaso. Uplaso's all-purpose mineralizer is the ideal solution for your plants. Uplaso is 100% natural and offers your vegetables, flowers, trees, herbs, and houseplants a blend of more than 57 minerals, compared to the big brand fertilizers that offer 3 minerals at most. Uplaso enhances everything that grows. Get bigger, tastier, and more colorful fruits and vegetables while keeping bugs away naturally. For a garden worthy of Grandma, use Uplaso all-purpose mineralizer.
Welcome back, folks. Here at Moncton, we're into the 6th end of play. First two stones, there was one that came in the house, and then there was a hit and roll out. So it's a clean house right now. And Brian's looking for a nice center guard here.
And as long as it doesn't kiss, they can move it, but it's not kissing the center line, but Grant opts to go in the house. Very interesting quarterfinals. Both teams, both sheets and all 4 teams are tied after 5 ends of curling. The King Odishaw is 4-4 and the Como Smeltzer is 2-2. Very good curling out here tonight and lots of action on the rocks.
We're on the home stretch now, last 3 ends.
Absolutely.
The 6th end is an important end with Hammer to put some points up on the board here.
Yeah, if you're, you know, it's 2-1 really when you're talking about ends. Like, so at the 6th end, if you have Hammer, you're ahead of the game from the get-go. But you also have to make sure that you get your deuce, or it's a lot easier to steal these days with the 5 rock rule. So. I'm surprised that we're not seeing as many rocks in play in the front of the house with these 4 teams out here tonight. That's probably the reason why there's a short or a small 2-2 score and a 4-4 score. But there have been some deuces scored and mostly on the skips rocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Grant is having Sam one. I didn't see the call. Is he throwing into the house here? Is it a draw down to the back blue one?
Yeah, I'm thinking that he wants to freeze onto the back blue, trying to, you know, create a almost like a nose hit and staying there, or separation, so that he can play a hit and a roll to get 2 separate rocks in the house. But it looks like it's not curling up there as much as he wants it to, but it might be.
Little bump. Nice shot.
Yeah, very nice. Somewhat what he asked for. Big shots over there on sheet 4. Big double.
Some good curling here this evening.
Or raise hit double. Be nice to be able to see both games at this quarterfinal, but it's not possible. It's unfortunate, but there's some great curling. If you ever want to watch it in person, you can come down to Moncton and watch it. Watch the semi-final final tomorrow morning, 9:30, 2:30 in the afternoon. There's a potential game for 2 games tomorrow.
Saw a jam there on Alex's takeout attempt. So now there's a yellow in play.
This is what we were talking about when Grant was kind of trying to freeze down to the back. He wants the option to have rocks in play, and he wants an option to have it, some jams or some possibilities to get some rocks around the rings. That's how you generate points that nobody really notices when they're over in the wings and on the, just little biters.
Looks like he's calling like a back weight tap shot here. They're on it early. It's tight to the guard.
He might
Looks
be
like he's
saying
on the
whoa because
front.
he wants to make sure that guard's gone. Because he didn't maybe quite get to the broom, or he didn't throw the right weight, either one, but
But he rolled to a good spot there because he's protecting his own yellow.
absolutely. However, he did put in one of King's blue rocks, and they are now 1 and 3 in the rings, and Grant's team is showing as number 2 in the rings.
Looks like the call here is to draw down to that back yellow one.
Yeah, he's just going to try and force a single on Odishaw by trying to put 3 in the rings separate.
Looks like it may be a little hot.
Spread out, but it looks like Sarah's throwing it a little hot, almost quite heavy there, unfortunately. Adrenaline gets pumping as we go along. It's the 6th end. It's down to the wire. The losing team is out and unable to represent New Brunswick. So the winning team goes to the semi-final game tomorrow morning, and it starts to weigh on you. You start
Certainly.
to get the pressure, feel the pressure of the shots that you need to make, and sometimes your adrenaline gets you to just throw a little too much weight.
Sweeping
Shay
hard on
looks
this one. It
she's
looks
got
like it's a
good
nice shot.
here,
Right
and
on
the
the nose.
sweepers kept it on line to be able to stay as shot rock. It's interesting, the rocks all out around the edges, eh?
Mm-hmm.
That tells you that whoever has hammer has an open house for a draw if they need to.
Setting up pretty good right now for Team Odishaw to get their deuce. It's a nice throw here. Right on the nose.
Yeah, very nice shot.
See a little back and forth here. Hitting sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, asking Shay to hit one on the nose here, or maybe a little roll to the wings.
Yeah, and they're just throwing that controlled weight. Weight that sweepers can handle. They can move it. It's not too heavy that it's going to roll out. They really need this one to curl. Sam's going to have to put his head down and sweep very hard to get this to nose hit.
And it does.
Good job on the sweeping.
Nice sweeping.
She should thank him.
You always have to thank your sweepers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I played mixed doubles with Sam, and he can drag a rock.
sure can.
He has that power behind him to get a rock to move further than I could ever think I could get my rock to be moved. But yeah, he was a lot of fun to play with.
I know on my team they don't like to sweep when I throw it light, so
They let it go.
that's right. I think Brian's just going to try to nose this and maybe set up a double on his last.
Yeah, or even nose and maybe hope for a rollout. It's
Looks like a nice controlled weight.
he's just going to stay right there.
Very
and
nice.
And Grant's going to hope to nose as well or roll away a little bit so that there is no double, but he doesn't want to roll towards the left-hand side of the sheet. He doesn't want to cause a double that Brian has the option to throw, because I think Brian's very good at that.
Yes.
And he can make them happen. And then that 2 has gone away. So he wants to nose or move over to the right of the sheet
Maybe
for sure.
maybe just a little roll across the center line.
Yeah. And it'll be hard for the Odishaw rink not to get to.
Yes.
Everyone still has to make their shots though, and everyone still has to stay focused.
Throw's on the way. Looks very nice. Nice throw by Grant. Takes away the double.
Very nice. There was a little bit of confusion. There was some arms rolling and some excitement.
A lot of different signals there between the yelling and the hands. And
yeah. She didn't want that to roll out, and she was trying to get them to hold it. So there was a little bit of confusion.
Brian will just look to nose this, maybe roll a little to the edge of the house, but still be shot.
The only thing he doesn't want to do is roll out. He just wants to stay like either a nose or, like you said, a little bit, so that it'd be tougher for Grant, but make sure that he doesn't roll away from the house, or roll out, period.
Here comes Brian's last shot.
Ooh. Over there.
Nice controlled weight here. Looks like he's on the nose.
Very nice.
So Grant will have a nose hit for 2.
Yep. And we just saw a double over here on sheet 4.
There's some unbelievable
Looks
shot
like
making here tonight.
Last rock by Smeltzer to blank the end after a double being made by Como. And he just about made it, but hung in there and gave up the hammer and took 1. Smeltzer's up 1 without hammer after 6.
Grant's last stone is on the way. They're trying to get it curled so that it sticks around, but it looks like it is going to roll out. And Team Odishaw scores 1.
Yeah, Grant threw a little outside and ended up rolling away, and we're assuming it's 1 for the Odishaw rig.
Le minéralisant tout usage Uplaso est la solution idéale pour tous vos végétaux. Uplaso est naturel à 100% et offre à vos légumes, fleurs, arbres, fines herbes et plantes d'intérieur un mélange de plus de 57 minéraux, alors que les fertilisants de grandes marques en offrent 3 au plus. Uplaso fait le bonheur de tout ce qui pousse. Obtenez des fruits et légumes plus goûteux, plus gros et plus colorés et éloignez les insectes de façon naturelle. Pour un jardin digne de celui de grand-maman, utilisez le minéralisant tout usage Uplaso. Uplaso's all-purpose mineralizer is the ideal solution for your plants. Uplaso is 100% natural and offers your vegetables, flowers, trees, herbs, and houseplants a blend of more than 57 minerals, compared to the big brand fertilizers that offer 3 minerals at most. Uplaso enhances everything that grows. Get bigger, tastier, and more colorful fruits and vegetables while keeping bugs away naturally. For a garden worthy of Grandma, use Uplaso all-purpose mineralizer.
All right, welcome back, folks. Let's see. We're back in the 7th end here. Team Odishaw threw a nice center guard to start the end.
Well, what a sixth end for both teams out there, both skips. They both pretty much hit and rolled out on their sixth end, and one rolled out for one, and the other one nosed for, or just hit and rolled a little for one. So both of them wanted to. Grant Odishaw wanted to get two, and Smeltzer wanted to get a blank, and neither ended up with the result they wanted.
Looks like we're going to get some stones in play in this end. Center guard out front. Calls to come around. Top four.
It's interesting that there hasn't been as many rocks in play this evening, but I think everybody's being very cautious and trying to control their own destiny.
That one from Kate slid to the back of the button.
It's a good shot. You pretty much have to make a perfect draw if you're going to come around that. But it looks like they are able to see it, and they're going to play it. They have to be careful not to touch that center guard. If they move that center guard, it's going to go back to where it is.
It's going to be close.
Oh,
very nice shot. Very nice shot.
Very nice shot.
Right to those. Nice controlled weight. Grant's thinking about it. Oh, they're calling the same shot. Little hack weight hit.
There's some nice movement on controlled weights. When you have a hack or a control weight, you get a little movement, and you can utilize your sweepers, and it allows for a more controlled shot on what you want for an outcome. Looks like Sam
this one
might
may
get
be
a
on the
little tight
front.
to the guard.
Maybe able to tap it in the house.
As much of a result that they didn't want, they ended up putting their rock in the house in the top of the 12 foot, so it's not a bad result. But they don't have hammer, and it could generate the king team to have two blue stones in the house.
He's deciding to hit this one on the wings.
Yeah, and he might want to hit and roll. He might want to hit and stay. Depends on that guard that was put up there by the king team is very long. So either way, you can probably get around if you use an in-turn or an out-turn for a lightweight rock. So they might want to move it a little bit, but it just ended up being a nose hit.
Grant's looking for the hit and a good roll to the middle. We're working on making it curl here, trying to get up to cross nose, but it looks like it may be rolling out.
Yeah. Elimination is not bad at this point either. It's the 7th end. You want to make sure that you don't give away too many points at this point in time. King has hammer. Odishaw wants to, either only allow them to score one or nothing more than one, or a blank is not a bad option either, because they could try and steal as well. But Brian is looking to at least score a deuce or blank the end. my opinion.
Yes.
My
now
opinion
they're-
only.
Yes. I like your opinion. They're now coming around the corner, trying to get fully buried.
And I might say at least a deuce.
At least a deuce,
Yeah.
yes. I-
When I say a deuce, but at least a deuce if they're going to score.
That was a nice throw there. Now,
Yes, nice weight.
pretty much directly behind cover. So Team Odishaw is looking for a hit and roll behind those blues. Sam sweeping early. Looks
She
like
might
a
end up
nose
with
hit.
a nose or a roll the other way. Still a good shot. Elimination is good. Brian's looking to keep his opportunity to score 2 alive.
Looking for a little, maybe a little roll here or a nose hit.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we've seen all of the hits tonight. Nice controlled weight to let the sweepers have an opportunity to control the stones.
It does. It works well for the sweepers. You know, it could be a 9-5-10. It start throwing an 8-5-9. It does have a little less control for the sweeper to keep it in line, on line. Or if you do a little something to it, it's harder to get it back. But
I know what that's all about.
weight control.
Another one here with a nice soft weight. Looking to maybe roll a little bit to the wing. Looks like it's on nose.
And they're just exchanging rocks at this time.
Team King is in good shape here. Setting up a potential deuce.
Mm-hmm. So which would you rather be? Up one without or down one with?
It's always the big debate. It's always the big debate. My own personal opinion would to always be up.
So up one without hammer?
Yes. But I think the stats would probably tell you otherwise, maybe.
Yeah, I think so too. I always want my own destiny.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to be able to throw that last rock with my own destiny in mind, that I'm going to make my shot for 2 for the win if I'm down one with. But if I'm up one without, it's the final rock is in the destiny of your opponent. So
That was a great shot there by Sarah, who rolled under cover, under the yellow. So
Very
now
nice.
both stones are behind cover. And Team Odishaw is trying to figure out where to place their stone because there's no hit for them. Looks like they're going to draw behind the 2 blue stones.
yeah, we're just down to Skip's rocks in the 7th end. And Odishaw's up 1, facing 2 in the 7th end for his first rock. He's going to have to get his rock to bury as much as possible to be able to get away from this end and not have Ryan and his team score more than 2 points.
Yes, at the very least you want to give up 2 here. You don't want to
That's
give
right.
up the 3. Now they're looking
Oh.
at the yellow run back.
Wow. It's a good call. It's an option to eliminate the option to not give up 3 or potentially even 2. If he nuts this, it will end up being buried. But I think the King team can also still get 2.
Looks like it's a little inside. gonna roll out. So we'll give
Yeah.
Team King an opportunity to sit 3 here.
He doesn't want to put it in a place that that Grant could freeze to, or he could bury behind. So, you know, do you put it in the back of the 12 foot? Then there's no, like, he could freeze to it. Then you'd, like, you know, you can hit it.
Just try not to set up a double
Yeah.
somewhere. Or you don't want to put it too close to the center line where you can set up a little hit and roll for, make the hit and roll for Grant behind cover.
Yeah. That's why I say if you put it back 8, back 12, does he freeze to it? And then you've got a chance for 3 anyway, because you can play the double on it. Putting it close to the tee line, like you said, you can get around the corner guard. So he's probably going to put it on the right side of the sheet, on the edge of the 4 foot maybe. But you also don't want to set up the double and take away you know, the chance for 2 or 3. He's got to make his draw, put some pressure on Grant to make a spectacular shot.
Sweepers are just brushing. Weight must be close.
They want to make sure they're strategic in where they place this, that it doesn't cause a double for Grant, which it looks like exactly where I had mentioned.
Very nice spot.
Edge of 4 foot on the tee line, flat with the rock on the edge of the 12 foot. The roll, it's a long roll to get behind the guard. Very good spot. Good team effort there. It's always a question where you put that third shot,
Yeah.
that you don't lose your chance for the opportunity for the 3.
You're in such good shape. You sometimes it's a tough decision as to where to put that third one.
Yeah, we've got a big hit coming in here on sheet 4 to see if they can make a double, but I don't think they can. They can certainly get it in for a shot, but it's not last rock. Over there, 3-2 for Smeltzer, with 1 rock coming. Como has last rock and a hit for a potential 2 or 3.
On our sheet, here's Grant's last. He's letting it go. They're looking for a roll here. Looks like it may be close to nose.
No, he's
Let's
got the
roll it the
roll,
other way.
whether he rolls too far. What a great shot by Grant Odishaw. Sitting number 2. And they have to make a decision whether or not they're going to play a soft shot to get 3, or they just use the other blue one to get 2. What would you do?
I don't think the run back there is at least looking at the run back. I don't think that's there. You'd really like to try to get your 3 here if you could.
You really would.
And they're calling a timeout. They're calling a timeout to decide on what it is that they want to play here.
We have a timeout on 2. Trying to determine what they want to do to get 2 or 3. I don't think they can hit and get 3.
Maybe with very, very soft weight potentially. But it looks like a tough shot.
And then they don't want to overthrow it and tick on their blue and tick out. But if you played just backline weight, but it's you don't want to go by either and lose your chance for 2. So there's the thing about being up 2 without.
Yes.
Or being taking a chance on being
Clearly they've run the stats and know that being up 1 without, the stats are not in your favor.
Or being tied without too,
Correct.
you know?
Yeah.
Or being tied without or up 2 with 1 with 1 end to play.
So he's trying a little soft weight bump on the blue to knock the yellow and sit lie 3.
Almost like just a nose hit. Straight nose hit might keep, like with softer weight, might keep that rock that he's hitting in the rings.
Brian's let it go. Here it comes down the ice.
They're not
Looks
rushing.
like they're sweeping
They're not
now.
hurrying. They're just keeping it clean.
On and off. Looks close.
They're just keeping it clean. They're not rushing. They're not hurrying.
Looks close.
And
And it is.
We got a sign of 3.
It is a 3. Nice shot.
What a shot by Brian King. And the patience by the third,
Wow.
not getting them on that rock to sweep for them to get their 3.
That's a big 3 there to go up 2 with 1 end to go.
Team shot right there. They took a timeout, making a decision. Good job.
Le minéralisant tout usage Uplaso est la solution idéale pour tous vos végétaux. Uplaso est naturel à 100% et offre à vos légumes, fleurs, arbres, fines herbes et plantes d'intérieur un mélange de plus de 57 minéraux, alors que les fertilisants de grandes marques en offrent 3 au plus. Uplaso fait le bonheur de tout ce qui pousse. Obtenez des fruits et légumes plus goûteux, plus gros et plus colorés et éloignez les insectes de façon naturelle. Pour un jardin digne de celui de grand-maman, utilisez le minéralisant tout usage Uplaso. Uplaso's all-purpose mineralizer is the ideal solution for your plants. Uplaso is 100% natural and offers your vegetables, flowers, trees, herbs, and houseplants a blend of more than 57 minerals, compared to the big brand fertilizers that offer 3 minerals at most. Uplaso enhances everything that grows. Get bigger, tastier, and more colorful fruits and vegetables while keeping bugs away naturally. For a garden worthy of Grandma, use Uplaso all-purpose mineralizer.
Welcome back, folks. Here in the last end, Team King is up 2 over Team Odishaw. We've seen two stones thrown so far. Team King threw one and went through the house, and then Odishaw was looking for a corner guard and it slid into the rings. Now King is looking to remove the one that Odishaw just threw in the house.
It's still anybody's game. Odishaw's down 2. He's been down 2 many times over his career. He can score a deuce. He's been known to be inventive when it comes to getting rocks in play and having corner guards and opportunities. So we'll see what happens in this 8th end. Down 2 with hammer. And then on the Como side, everybody's watching the scores, but they did gain a 2, but they had a measure for a 3rd rock that was not in the house. So now they're playing for down 4-3, and Smeltzer has hammer on sheet 4.
Team Odishaw just threw a nice guard there. Try to get some stones in play to see if they can generate a deuce.
It's been a lot of great shots, a lot of great doubles, a lot of really good roll in behind guards. The teams are playing very well tonight.
Some fantastic shot making, which is what you would expect to see here in the late rounds of this championship. Team Team Odishaw is looking to draw behind the corner here. The tee line, maybe just back tee line.
You want to get some room. You don't want to be in front of the tee line at this point. You need to get at least 2. It's the 8th end. If it wasn't the 8th end, you might want to stay around the tee line, but in order to get some more rocks in play, and the guard's quite long, and there's a rock in the top 12 that's your opponent's, you need to give yourself some room to get some shots behind the tee line in order to gain another option to get a rock in, but
Sweeping.
looks like they're a little light. Just going to allow it to be open, unfortunately. Still usable, but Brian's going to try and get Alex to eliminate the rock.
Looks like he can see pretty well all of it.
Yeah, it looks like the guard's just touching the 4-foot line, and the rock in the house is just on the other side of the 4-foot line.
They're on it early.
Got on it early, made sure that they weren't going to do anything funny, but
Stick
the
around.
weight there was lots of weight on that rock. They're not going to be in their control mode right now. They're up 2. They're not going to take any chances on being fluffy with their weights.
Now Team Odishaw is going to ask Sam to try to put one behind cover again.
He's going to give himself a little bit more weight this time and let the sweepers work with the sweepers, but make sure that he uses them, but not to try and get around the corner guard, just to get around the rock in the house more so.
Looks like there's more
He
line
needs
with
to have
this
a
one.
little more weight than last time.
Trying to carve it in there. Shea's trying to carve it in there behind cover.
Nice
Nice
weight.
shot.
Great shot.
Nice shot.
The only rock that's going to be in the way for Brian's team is the guard. And if he eliminates the guard now, he's got more options to get rid of yellow stones, but he's looking at that rock that Shea put on, and that's what Grant wants him to do. He wants him to look at that rock at the back of the 4-foot.
Yeah, I think the guard's high enough that that they can get the one in the house.
And if they rack, it's not a big deal. You just don't want to.
The miss is to get the get the corner guard for sure. Yeah.
Nip the corner guard, but
stone's on its way. Looks close. Again, nice soft weight there, although it will not remove the yellow stone.
They did move it over, but it's still number 2, which is what it was before they ticked the rock. So Grant's going to try and do that shot again, trying to get another rock in play.
There's an opportunity here now for Team Odishaw. They can get another one behind cover.
This is how you end up generating a 3, and they need 3 to win this game. So if you want to learn how to generate points in a final end game, the other team is always worried about giving up more than 2 or not, giving up a 3-ender. But the corner guards are the killers, and if you don't eliminate them, it's the only way they can get their 3. They put another one in here. All of a sudden, it starts looking a little smaller. Very nice shot by Shea.
Yeah.
Setting up a 3-ender.
They get the short run on the blue. To get rid of that shot stone. Which may also give them, if they can make this shot, it may also give them second shot.
Yes,
it a
if they
little,
get 1 and 2 in
little
here, it'll be
inside.
very difficult for
Yes.
3 under by the Odishaw rink. But right now, they've got a really good chance at doing that. However, Brian makes his shot, or I shouldn't say Brian, Sarah makes his shot that Brian's calling, or the team's calling. It's going to be difficult to get anything more than 2.
Some late curl there. Looks like it's
What a
the
great shot.
shot made.
He's going to check to see if there's shot rock in the back.
Hard to tell whose second shot.
He said they're 1 and 2, is what I heard from Grant.
Yes. So they're going to try another draw.
That was a great shot by Sarah. What a clutch shot to when you're up 2 like that, and you know she had the potential. She could have rocked on the guard. She might have just ticked their rock or onto the yellow, anything. But she made a perfect shot there.
It was a great shot. They're going hard on this one. Looks like it might be on the guard.
If it's on the guard, they might want to tap it up as much as they can, but it looks like it's very light.
Now we'll see what Brian does here. Skip stones in the 8th. Trying to find a place to put the stone where it'll make it difficult for Grant to get his 2.
There's only skips rocks left, and I mean, if they put number 3 in here anywhere, it's going to be very difficult, but they don't want to set up a double. They want to make sure that they, keep their 1 and 2 and potentially put in a 3rd rock there without setting up a double for Grant.
Looks like from this ice that he's drawing in for 3rd shot.
Yeah.
Over to the wing.
Yeah, they kind of showed a shot over to the edge of the 8-foot. They also showed maybe putting one at the top of the 12-foot, 8-foot in the center. I'm not really sure what they called, other than putting a 3rd rock in there for 3rd shot.
They're going hard. Trying to get in for 3rd shot. Looks like it's going to come up a little light. So give Grant an opportunity here to tap that out, maybe roll behind that blue.
Yeah, he's going to be strategic here. He doesn't want to leave his shot open so that, because if he stays there, they might get a double and then the game's over. But he wants to make sure he does end up staying as shot rock, leaving the blue one there for maybe a jam or something. He's looking at the time, wondering if he's tight on time or not.
2:44 left.
He's got lots of time. He's got 2:40, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to throw 2 rocks. He's in good shape.
And they still have their timeout. It's a big shot here. Taking just a fraction less ice. Here it comes.
He might be throwing enough to play a hit and roll over to the corner. Nope.
Kind of left his Yellowstone visible. So it'll be a hit and a nose hit here would make it really difficult for Team Odishaw to score their deuce.
Are they trying for the
Or
double
are they
to
making the
win?
double? Yeah.
The double gives him the win. Does he want to try for the double?
Looks like.
You have to
I
make
think-
sure you don't miss that shot.
I think either is probably a good call here. If he hits or just rolls over to that one.
Absolutely. He just can't
As long as
do
he
anything
sticks
that
around.
we don't like to
Yeah,
at all.
that's right. Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Here comes Brian's first or last stone, sorry. Just nice weight. Looks like he's got it. So nose hit.
Nice shot.
So now it looks like Grant has to work some magic here. Do you see his shot, Sandy?
Wow. It's you got to throw really thick. I don't
If you can
think
get
so.
to the... Does not look like you can get to the inside of that blue. Sam's indicating maybe they could play some sort of magical shot out front with those two yellows. I don't think Grant likes his options here.
I don't know that there's a shot really. You might be able to come off the blue to the blue to the blue, but I don't think those two yellow ones up front are anything that they can work with.
It's exciting here. 8th end,
They
last
might
stone.
run out of time. Looking at it too long. Kidding. It's a well-played end by Brian King and a very difficult shot for Grand Odishaw to stay in this game.
Looks like he's going to be running the yellow onto the yellow. Back into the blue stones and hoping to make a double.
And on the other sheet, Como is up one without hammer. But Smeltzer has shot rock in the house, and they've opted to draw around to try and...
Grant. Oh! That was
He
as
almost
close as you
made it.
possibly could have come.
What a great
Wow.
try.
Great try.
Congratulations to Brian King's team on making it to the semifinal, and all the best to the winning team in the final tomorrow morning, semifinal, final tomorrow morning.
What a great game. Great game. Good curling.
It was a very good game by both teams. Just a little miss here and there that cost some challenges on both sides, but the winning outcome was Brian King's team, and they're from the Gage Curling Club, and I'm sure they'll be very proud of them moving on to the semifinal.
Now over on the other sheet, we're on to the last two stones, and Renee Como just made an unbelievable draw to the back of the forefoot to lie one.
It took them some time to make a decision on what they wanted to do, and it looks like they made the right decision.
Yes, right.
What a great shot.
Decision is one thing, execution is another.
That's right.
And that was a fantastic shot.
I'm just wondering if there is a draw to that to tap it back.
Looking at a potential thin double off the blue. For the 2 and the win. Very difficult. The degree of difficulty here is very high.
It is. A redirect.
Here we go. Smelter's in the hack. Getting ready to throw his last one.
If Como's been curling that way all weekend, you
Gonna be
know
tough to
why
beat.
you know why
Tough to
he's
beat.
unbeaten.
They're on it early.
He's without a loss.
They're on it early. And that's it. With that, Team Como seals the victory.
And we'll have to be beaten twice tomorrow. So the semifinal final is tomorrow morning at 9:30. Until then, take care.
Good night.
Good night.
Proud supporters of Curling NB. Hoop Lasso. Visit www.hooplasso.ca to learn about our mineralizer and to find a retailer near you. BrokerLink Insurance. BrokerLink has a group rate for members of Curling NB. Visit www.brokerlink.ca to get your quote today. The Brannen Icebreaker. The Jake Thomas Celebrity Curling Classic. The Government of New Brunswick. The Curling NB Hall of Fame. Visit www.facebook.com/CNBHOF for all information regarding the Curling NB Hall of Fame and this year's nominations. Egg Farmers Rocks and Rings Program. Visit www.rocksandrings.com to bring the Rocks and Rings program to your school's gymnasium or community function. Sport New Brunswick. Visit www.sportnb.com to learn more. Coaching Association of Canada. Visit www.coach.ca to learn more. And Curling Canada. Visit www.curling.ca to view all future upcoming events.
Uplaso's all-purpose mineralizer is the ideal solution for your plants. Uplaso is 100% natural and offers your vegetables, flowers, trees, herbs, and houseplants a blend of more than 57 minerals compared to the big brand fertilizers that offer 3 minerals at most. Uplaso enhances everything that grows. Get bigger, tastier, and more colorful fruits and vegetables while keeping bugs away naturally. For a garden worthy of grandma, use Uplaso all-purpose mineralizer. Le minéralisant tout usage Uplaso est la solution idéale pour tous vos végétaux. Uplaso est naturel à 100% et offre à vos légumes, fleurs, arbres, fines herbes et plantes d'intérieur un mélange de plus de 57 minéraux, alors que les fertilisants de grandes marques en offrent 3 au plus. Uplaso fait le bonheur de tout ce qui pousse. Obtenez des fruits et légumes plus goûteux, plus gros et plus colorés et éloignez les insectes de façon naturelle. Pour un jardin digne de celui de grand-maman, utilisez le minéralisant tout usage Uplaso.